So, my poor boy, let me go get him. My poor, poor kitty man. He is a poor kitty. Let's tell them about your plight, shall we? Here, I'm going to open this, but for your sister and not you. So, every morning, I split a can of kitten food for Mr. Man, who's wigging out, and his sister. Mr. Man, he finishes his, and he's getting quite rotund. You getting nice and thick, so healthy. He's not healthy because being obese is not healthy. It's just not. So we asked the vet, and the vet's like, yeah, obesity will bring health issues, and it's bad. And I started monitoring him because I'm like, how is he so fat? Well, he's kitty. He steals all her food. Look at him. Squiggles. Okay, she's done. Go discover there's nothing to steal. So when he's done eating, he runs over to her food because he's a fatty. And he goes and he eats her food. So now I've had to be really militant about it. Isn't it funny how magazines in our country are like, being fat is healthy every moment. Yummy, 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 yummy. Eat. You go to the vet and they're like, being fat is unhealthy and your cat will develop health issues. What is going on? You don't know if he's unhealthy. That's what I should have done. You're cat shaming him. You don't know for sure. Are you his doctor? Yeah, he's his doctor. He doesn't have to check. Well, he does work out. Of course he works out. He's a kitten. But he's getting fat. Time to lose weight. I mean, you nip it in the bud now. And I just learned he's a glutton. And he likes to steal all our food. I put on Christmas jewelry so you guys could see. This is one of my favorites. It's not the shaky bell one, even though that's pretty fun. This one comes with a choker. Where is it? There it is. It's under all my Christmas cards I've been filling out. Basically, if you buy $80 or more in any of my stores, I send you Christmas stuff. So I think Christmas Eve, I'll wear this. It's a little choker with jingle bells on it. No, maybe Christmas Day I'll wear this. Christmas Eve I'll wear that. We'll see. But it comes with little balls. Look how cute. I love this one though. I love long necklaces. I love it. So I got it all. Poor fat cat. He's so sad. He went in there to steal. So let me show you her. Hold on. Kitty. Hi, baby. Oh, no, you don't. Eat your food. Oh, my gosh. I thought she was done with her food, and she wasn't. And Mr. Fatty, Mr. Fat, I have to hold you, buddy. I'm sorry. Look at him. You can't eat. She's so lean. She's a lean green bean. Because Mr. Fatty Fat, I wasn't in Rock of Love, Nicole. I would never be on a show where I'm like, oh my God, this guy's so special. I'm going to compete with all these vaginas because he's so amazing. There's no man on earth, not even my husband. I'd be like, and I told my husband, are you seeing a bunch of other women? He was like, no, just you. I'm like, good. I ain't playing that game. I know lots of people are like, I won. It's like, that's dirty and filthy. And I prefer not having STDs. So, no, thank you. Though I like Brett. And I understand his appeal, and he's always been nice to me. But hell no. I wasn't on Rock of Love. I never would be. There's not a single man on this earth that deserves me competing with other women. No, thank you. The second I walked in, they're like, you must compete with these 20 other women. I'd be like, have a nice day. Eat shit, I'm out. Honey, you just want to go eat her food. That's all he wants to do. I want to eat what she doesn't eat. Want to eat it. Look at him. Look at his fat tum-tum. You're fat. Someone needs to tell you. I hear her eating. And he's like, you ate yours and you ate some of hers. You can't keep doing this to yourself. Yeah, Rock of Love, gross. Okay. You snooze, you lose, sweetheart. If you don't eat all your food, he's got... So she's this lean machine, and he's Mr. Fatty Fat. Let's see. Hey, Fat Fat. She leaves the food. Whatever. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. She leaves the food for him to eat. She's part of the conspiracy. Look how long and lean my little tiny, teeny, weeny baby is. My little brown tabby. He's so cute. Pretty soon they go get the sun. Oh, are you hiccuping? Look at her. I ate. So it's too much food for you because you're a dainty lady. I love you. Go do your thing. She's a dainty lady, I tell you. Fat does not equal healthy. Take any pet of yours to the vet that's getting fat and see if they're like, well, they're getting fat, but, you know, don't body shame the cat because fat can be healthy. He'll be on 1 million medications, 1 million of them in 5 years, but that's fine. It's so healthy. How dare you? You don't know if he's healthy or not. It's simple. The cat's fat. It's unhealthy, period. He is fat. The vet says he's fat. The vet knows more than you. The vet's been doing it for 45 years. The vet is up here and your opinion is way the fuck down there. I want him to live and you want him to die. I want him to be happy and you want him to be miserable. Like he's fat. That's the thing. Oh, I will cheer you to your grave, Drax. I will love you until you die instead of telling you the truth. Just like when all my friends sat there. You're not getting fat. And I was getting so fat to the point where my pants started ripping off my body. Stop lying. That's the dystopia we're living in. Fat is healthy every moment. Jiggly fat, it's healthy, healthy. Being on heart med, so healthy. Put your insulin in, very healthy. Every moment you're gonna die. You can barely walk or breathe when you do. It's so healthy. Like, what the fuck? This is funded by Big Pharma. You cannot tell me otherwise. Big Pharma's like, keep telling these idiots that they're healthy. We're going to make so much money off these fucking morons because they don't make money off healthy people. And the vet doesn't make money off my healthy cat. He just said nip it in the bud. Hey, no, get away from that court. He said nip it in the bud now because if he continues to hog all her food, he will be a big, fat, overweight cat with health conditions. He's just, and I tell him, I have conversations with Drax. I hold him in my arms. I say, buddy, I get it. Food is good, man. It's delicious. You want to eat it, not because it sucks, because it makes you happy. So I get where you're coming from, buddy. You know, none of us get fat because we're like, oh, this food's terrible. Like, you eat the food because it's so delicious and yummy. No one gets fat because they're eating bad food. Even food that's bad for you tastes good. Even McDonald's, full disclosure, I mean, you might as well just drink embalming fluid, but it tastes so good. And that's why, so I'm predisposed, believe it or not, you look at my body, from my belly button down to be fat. I am. From here up, I don't gain weight. I'm like, it's anorexic looking. I'm like a beanpole. So she died at 39. I'm 53. It's a struggle. You can't get above 95 pounds. Totally easy. You got calories in. There's no way if you go well over your deficit with calories, go to France and get a little tiny meal. Those little tiny meals, you're like, what is this? They're like 1,800 calories for some nice foie with butter all over it. I mean, it's so fatty. It's so bad for you. You will gain weight in 2 seconds. There's no way you can't gain weight when you're in such a surplus of calories. Girlfriend, I could write you a diet plan. You'll be like, bitch, and put 10 pounds on my ass in a week. Do or do not. There is no try. I could make you food. You'll be like, 3 days. I can't even fit into my pants. I'm like, oh, cheesecake. We'll take you. But you don't want it to be unhealthy fat. So put a little muscle in there too. Muscle's great for us. It's great. Delicious. We love mussel. God, my hair is so frizzy. And my hair always sucks. Full disclosure. Guys, the holidays are coming. And I have right here all of my Christmas cards I've been filling out. I'm not going to dump them in the mail for a little bit. Some of you, just a select few, are going to get some really early. And you're going to be like, what is this? I'm dumping those in the day after Thanksgiving. Then those are going out. So I'm just letting it pile up on my desk. Because I'm like, it's a little early. Or maybe right before Thanksgiving. So it could be in the system, you know, because our USPS office sucks so bad. I'll let it just sit in the system for a little while. I will. Let's do some stuff to my face. It needs it. It always needs it. Guys, I'm such a wreck. I'm a wreck. I'm a wreck of a human being. I can gain just thinking about food. So, have you guys seen these social media people? Like a guy will dress up in lipstick and a dress. He'll go out and he will scream at people who misgender him. He wants it to happen. He knows he has a 5 o'clock shadow. He knows he's like my husband, like, good morning and hello. He knows. Now, think of how psychotic you have to be. If someone was like, hey, ma'am, I'm like, I'm not a woman. How dare you? Like, you're clearly a woman. You're a narcissist and a psychopath to pretend, because you are pretending for attention, for the strokes, that you're shocked that someone looked at you and identified, well, this person's clearly what they actually are. You're like, I live in a fantasy world. I play magical pretend and you need to It's like, what are you doing? How fucking psycho are you? And the fact that we as a society allow these psychopaths to get away with this, this is sociopathy. This is pure narcissism, borderlining sociopathy, to abuse people on this level. If I went out and someone called me ma'am, I mean, clearly, I'm a woman. You know, you're the odd man out. If you're like, magical things happen in my brain, I have an imbalance and things are different in here, then you need to realize I'm different. It's me. So I need to understand that society looks at me and they don't feel my feelings. Just like when my grandma died, I had to realize everyone else's life is going on. They're not suffering grief like me. So when I see everyone all happy, I can't get mad at them. I can't get bitter, because life is beautiful and they're enjoying it. And they don't have to be sad just because I am. Like, think how fucking psychotically narcissistic you are. It's like your entire being is waiting for someone to fuck up so I can correct you, teach you. I'm above you. You're down here. I'm up here. It's like, get the fuck out of here. I just don't deal with people like that. Like, I'm done. I'm done. I, like, read all this shit on how to not let narcissists in your life. And then fast forward a few years, the news is like, narcissists, we must worship them every moment. They'll tell you their pronouns and worship the narcissist, gaslighting every second. I'm like, no, dude, not going to do it. I'm absolutely not going to do it. No, I can't do it. Because these books telling me how to avoid narcissists and red flags and shit help me identify that everyone in the gender ideology Marxist cult are narcissists. Oh, hello. I know. She's like, guys, they're bothering me. If the cats breathe, the dog is upset. So I don't want to deal with narcissists. I've had enough of them in my life. Like, I'm good. It's like, well, there's a section of protected narcissists. I support you. Like, if you have a group of friends and they all call you Queen Tata, that's great. Like, hello, Molly. I'm not calling you Queen Tata. I don't have to do that. I don't have to be forced to do anything that I'm not comfortable with. I don't believe that mistakes were made while we were born. Like me, I should have an hourglass figure. My waist should be in. I should have nice voluptuous breasts and amazing hips and a body I wasn't born with. I look in the mirror all the time and I feel like this isn't me, even though it is. I have dysmorphia. Why do you think I took a knife to my own chesticles and destroyed my body? It wasn't because I felt good about myself. It wasn't because I do not have body dysmorphia. That's pretty extreme. So I'm like, you don't have it. You just cut yourself for fun and disfigure your body. No, dude. I have body dysmorphia. And guess what? It didn't fix it. And that's why this bullshit of, oh, we have to chop everyone's bodies up for their nose, for their boobs, if they feel another gender. Dude, you can feel that all day. You have a healthy human body, and life is so short. And if you have a healthy body, why the fuck would you toss the dice on that? Just for what reason? So the medical community can make a ton of money. It is very sad. Women will cheer each other on, boob jobs, yeah. And I'm like, dude, you don't give a fuck what happens to anybody. Women will hate you till you die and tell you, yes, girl, like I told you, all my friends tell me I wasn't fat when I was clearly getting fat, and they were lying to me because they're too cowardly to just be like, yeah, Adri, you're packing it on, damn. When I took my pictures in the mirror of me in a bikini and compared it and saw how much I gained, I was like, these aren't real friends. I had one friend. What's funny is she'll be the first to tell you I'm super obese. She just lost 50 pounds, so I'm very proud of her. She'll be the first to tell you I struggle with my weight, have my whole life. And she looked at me and she's like, Adri, you're fat. Catherine, thank you so much for the 1,000 stars. And I'm like, you are a real friend. She's like, takes one to know one. Welcome, fatty. I was like, oh. Oh my God. Everyone has something they don't like about themselves, but true body dysmorphia will lead you to laying down on a table and allowing a doctor to mutilate your body with a knife. It doesn't feel good. You're fucked up for months afterwards. Like, no one in their right mind wants to take a knife to alter their body. That is a dysmorphic thing. You need therapy, but therapy doesn't make enough money. So plastic surgery does. I mean, it's all a racket, dude. And then women are like cheering for it. I'm like, dude, that's gross. How did she do it? She's on that, she's actually diabetic. So she's on that Ozempic, whatever it is. And it's helped her. My only fear is because it makes you feel sick so you don't eat. Oh my gosh, thank you, Lisa, for the 500 stars. I really appreciate it, girlfriend. And happy Monday. I just worry that, if she ever switches it, that because it wasn't from discipline and stuff, it was from feeling sick. Like, she's like, I just feel nauseous and I don't want to eat. I'm like, oh boy. Saint knows who he can manipulate easily. Well, not me. Not me. And you know what's funny? I've known... Actually, never mind. I probably should not say that. I'm going to go ahead and check myself. I will say this. I alter a lot of stories here. People think I'm just freely and openly talking about people in my life. Let's say I have a best friend and I want to talk about her. I will call her a him to you guys, and I will say it's Matt's friend or my friend's friend. Like, I change things so much here because I'm sorry, I just don't trust people anymore. This is a very ugly world we live in. Hideous. Gave up on my body dysmorphia. I've learned to love myself, flaws and all. There you go. I'm totally flawed. Yay, Tanya. Yay. I'm so glad. So far, who's getting Christmas cards? Let's see. Oh, I shut my Excel sheets. I don't feel like reopening them. Dysmorphia is real, and I know it because I have it. Because I will look in the mirror and be so disgusted with so much of my body. And my husband straight up has been like, babe, like, you're fucked up. You're fucked up. I've had friends that were like, dude, if I had your body, I would have had sex with half of Hollywood. I'm like, Jesus Christ. They're like that game you played of like not climbing the ladder. They're like, full disclosure, I would have did it. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I look and I'm like that is what I see. But then my best friend's like, girlfriend, like, please. You got the body of a 23-year-old and you're 41. It's not fair. $80 or more. And I send everyone a card. It used to be $60, but now with inflation, oh my God, they upped the prices of stamps, my Christmas cards, my envelopes for them. I'm like, holy shit. Because I can compare. Because I have all the receipts from every year when I bought things. I'm like, man, the times, they are changing. You are where you are to be with Matt, right? I mean, there's levels of body dysmorphia, right? I know mine was severe. It was severe. I was with a guy that was so worshiping every pair of boobs that walked by, and I didn't have them. And I felt so insecure and so bad about myself that I began to obsess over my boobs. In our house, he had pictures of exes with like their tits, like holding them. And I was so young. I was so stupid. I should have just left. And I just felt so small. And it was so funny because he would like pretended like, oh, I don't want you to get boobs. And I'm like, all you do is like, boobs, look at them. Every moment want to put my dick in them. Every second look at other women. Worship boobs. It was like, can you imagine me being with them? I'm like, every second a guy with biceps, look at them, covet them, want to fuck them. You're nothing, look at that. Like, dude, it makes you feel awful. And it just pushed me right over the edge. I was like, shit. Oh yeah, the gender dysmorphia group is a big target for Big Pharma. And the thing is it's an unrealistic number that's happening now of people who are identifying as queer. It's not special anymore. You're not special. I know you want to like do it, but you're not special. Like, dude, the poor gay community, these poor people have been just overridden by a bunch of psycho, normal, straight people that want to feel special. So they say they're non-binary to be part of your group. It's like, you have not transcended humanity. As much as you think I have transcended gender. Which is a term that was coined, and then radical feminists ran with it. So if you want to ask who did this, it was women. Women did this. And then the doctor who founded the sex change surgery, is she from Norway or something? She just did an article like, why is America doing this when all our studies have proven that it's wrong? Even though she's the one that like, she's like the mother of it. And she's like, we don't do this anymore. And Big Pharma's like, because we're going to make money off this pain and suffering. I'm like, that's what they do. It's awful. They butcher people. So my hope is all these detransitioners, I hope they all come together. If your voice is permanently changed, all this shit because you were tortured and abused by medical doctors who just assigned you this shit instead of getting you mental help, I hope you sue the fuck out of every doctor, hospital, and Big Pharma that did this to you. I hope you get every dime. Take them down. I hope you get a fucking Ferrari. I mean it. So I'm using the rice water toner and the emulsion on my face. My face is peeling from my retinol use. Oopsies. All right here. Whoopsies. Mine are big. I'm sure they'll thin at a certain point. Like, I have a friend that had to get a hysterectomy, and she went through menopause like that. And, you know, her body changed. What normally takes us a span of, what, like 5 years? Hers was... Whoopsies. Immediate. I'm like, that must have been so hard to go through, man. So hard to go through. Little warrior. All right, So today, I'm going to do my platinum firming. I love this age delay serum. And then I'm doing the day cream, the little eye cream. It's going to be fun. Imagine, okay, so me, I lost most of my healthy breast tissue. I can't imagine, because when I was young, I used to say things like, I wish I was a boy. I wish I had a penis. I feel terrible being a girl. I would love to pee my name in the snow. I wish I had a dick because I feel like I'm a boy. I said these things. If I was born in today's day and age, I would have been butchered and mutilated. I wore boys' underwear and boys' pants. I had my head shaved from here back with just like the top long and my ears all pierced, and I loudly said I was a boy. I thought I was a boy. Man, I knew I wasn't a boy, but I wished I was because I thought they had more perks. I had all brothers. I'm like, they get to do everything and I don't. Skin is glowing? Oh, well, hell yeah. Wanted to have adventures with Johnny Quest. That wore off, right, Tom? I used to think I was a unicorn. Stuck in a girl's body because of The Last Unicorn. I'm not even kidding. I love that movie. Such a creepy movie for kids. It's just so wonderful. You guys are full of piss and vinegar this morning. Okay, lay down. You need to lay down. She does this crying thing when her dad's working. So the dog has super separation anxiety with her dad. And he's going to be leaving soon to go to Maine to do a snowshoe expedition because he's getting his full outdoorsman certifications, right? And I'm going to be stuck here with her. And the crying will start. And it's incessant, day in, day out. And I'm like, she needs to get her shit. I don't drink beer. I don't drink at all. So I'd rather eat my calories. It's funny. When I quit smoking, I identified that smoking weed is one of my biggest triggers, right? Most people are like, oh, after I ate, it was harder, coffee. I quit smoking, and for me, it was like, if I smoked weed, I wanted a cigarette immediately. I'm like, this is a bad pairing. It's very bad that I associate cigarettes so much with like pulling a couple of bongs. That way, when I got oral surgery, it was very easy for me to quit smoking weed because I couldn't. I would get dry socket. There you go. So then I quit for a few weeks, and then I realized, oh, my brain's been in such a fog. I've been so high for like 20 years. Maybe I should try the sober thing. Like I felt a clarity that I had never felt in my adult life because I had been perpetually high from age 13. Hey, be nice to your sister. From age 13 to 32. So I'm like, I enjoy this. So once I quit, that's when I realized I'm not getting the trigger anymore to smoke cigarettes. I'm not feeling it. By the way, 7 years off cigarettes right now. That's a big deal. Now I had a time span where I would stop and then stop, but I only count it from the last drag I had. It wasn't even a full cigarette. It made me sick. So, once I did all that, drinking, you're like, oh, social smoking. But for me, I started getting a headache because I just started drinking less naturally, right? And because I wasn't introducing the toxins to because drinking is a toxin. I'm sorry, ladies, it wears terribly in your face. I get the benefits from wine in pill form. It's called resveratrol. I take the pill because I don't want the toxins. So everyone's like, I drink a bottle of wine a night for that benefits. Well, your skin looks like shit. I've had to tell friends of mine because I'm honest. Your skin looks like shit because of alcohol. And I have one friend that's like, I can't stop. I love to be drunk. I'm like, dude, I always respect honesty, you know? So, can you lay down? Hi, lay down. Lay down. Because the pacing, lay down, right here. Good girl. The pacing and like being in my face Where's dad? Do you know where dad is? Can I see my dad? Are you going to get dad? Oh, I do love that firming stuff. This age delay visibly lifts and firms sagging skin. It's like, yes, please. Yes, please. So I just started naturally cutting back drinking, which resulted in me getting headaches and stuff when I did, because my body wasn't used to the toxins the way it had been before. And I was like, you know what? I just don't feel like it. So then I started just special occasion drinking. This is a new Platinum Day Cream. And I was like, I don't like that on my birthday or our anniversary, I get I like the feeling of it warming my face and shit. But when your body has pumped out all those toxins and you reintroduce those toxins to your body, you get another headache. And I was like, I don't like feeling this way on special occasions. It's like 40 minutes after I've had a drink or two, it's like immediately pressure behind one of my eyes, and I can see it in my skin the next day. I'm like, gross, dude, my skin looks awful. So I just stopped. I had my period long time until 57. You're so lucky. That's great. Your skin looks better when you menstruate. I'm sorry. You have all these hormones and stuff that are essential for younger looking skin. I am putting this on the backs of my hands too. I do wear anti-aging on my hands. I wish I would have started earlier, but all my older ladies in here, I listen to you. You're like, put it on the backs of your hands. I'm like, okay. Avon's perfume samples are a little bit hard. I can't send them because the post office is like, no. So you're going to have to inquire with Avon. They do have these trial bottles that I think you can purchase that are way cheaper, but I can't send out samples anymore because they don't put them on paper. They put them in little vials, and USPS is like, nope. Nope. About wine and the skin harming, I don't have a link. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I can't in the middle of my stream Google search this for you, but just Google it. It is true. That is why I still take what is beneficial from wine, which is the resveratrol from the grape seeds. You could eat grapes and get the same benefits from wine. It's a lie. The alcohol itself is not good for you. It just isn't. And it does make your skin look like shit. That was the number one thing, vanity. After I stopped drinking for a while, this is my platinum thing. Trust me, just Google it. It is there. Vanity was what made me really recognize, like, wow, cutting back on drinking, my skin looks amazing. The more water, everything that you put in your body that's healthy wears on your face. So if I ate cookies every single night, Shay, thank you for the $5. Technically, it's like 7 years in a day. Look, locals crashed right as I thanked Shay. Thank you for the tip, Shay. I'm gonna redo my locals. I think it's hilarious. You broke it. But just get resveratrol. Get resveratrol. There we go. You broke the stream. I take it in pill form every single day for all those benefits. Eat the grapes and seeds. Yeah. Exercise helps. I love to run, guys. I love it. But my hips, genetically, my grandma had a hip replacement. My mother's had it. And my hips, they're iffy. So I've had to start just walking. And it sucks because I love to run. I'm like Forrest Gump. I just kept running. Please go lay down. Please stop pacing. Please. Her dad doesn't come out for like 4 more hours. So having her whine, cry, and pace around me, it's like, you need to learn that life can continue without your dad. It's okay. She's one of those dogs. Yeah, I have iffy hips, so I'm trying to go for low impact. So I walk at either 3.5 miles an hour or 4 miles an hour with an incline of 5 to 7. Instead of running at 6.5 miles an hour with an incline of 3. Right? I do. I love to run, you guys. All right, VDL eye primer. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel free. I love the cadence of my steps and the rhythm of my breathing, but I have to recognize I'm not young anymore. And over time, it's going to hurt our hips. Like my mother-in-law ran and ran and ran and ran and ran, but she had to get knee replacements and stuff, and she can't run anymore. And she used to be running in her 40s and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I want to learn. I want to learn from those older and wiser than me that did foolish things. It paused again. Dude, I'm sorry, locals. It's not my fault. This is locals. I don't understand why locals can't fix this. This is not a me thing, guys. This is 100% locals. Please lay down. Lay down. Thank you. Stay there. Stay a while. Relax. You can walk back and forth crying, and he's not going to come out of his sound booth. It's not going to change. You went outside to pee and poo. You've had your water. Everything's fine for you. I love you. But I am trying to put makeup on, and you're making me fucking insane. It's almost like you mothers out there, mom, 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 mom. And you're like, shut up. Quit it. Quit. Can last sometimes up to 10 years. Well, it's not menopause. You're talking about perimenopause. My doctor said if you're in your 40s, you're in peri. She's like, I've seen people in perimenopause up until 60 years old. Symptoms start. Doesn't mean your period will stop. Let's say things get a little drier down there, right? These symptoms will continue, right? Even though you're bleeding. And you could bleed for 20 more. The fact of the matter is in your 40s is one, a fucking stupid time to have kids. It's dangerous to you and the children. It's just, that's why 35 and up is considered geriatric. Things are changing. Hormones are running out. Things are getting wonky until they stop. It's a very dangerous time to get pregnant. I told you guys before, I had the best doctor ever, and he was so honest with me. Today, I'm doing Vixen, pardon me. We're getting dark and shiny here. And he was such a great doctor, and he just no bullshit. None. And he was just like, oh, okay. So if you want to get pregnant, go away then. Go lay down over there. She is making me, I'm gonna put her in her crate. So she can't handle the cats existing or breathing. Like, they can make a noise, breathing. And the dog's like, oh my God, my life is over. The cat is alive. Hi. It's like, dude, man up. It takes one paw, 1 second of her saying, I've had enough, to get these cats to go away. But she's terrified of them. She's such a wuss. Well, you might not develop hot flashes. That's what I'm saying. You might have vaginal dryness for 15 years. No hot flashes. Consistent periods. Like, I got the whole lowdown on this. You might have a mother that went through menopause at 42, but that's only half your genetics, right? If you have the women through your father's side having their period until 63, it's a coin toss on which one you're going to get. So, yeah. Everyone I know who had their kids later on tell me the horrors of how hard it was. It was a breeze, ever. Especially if they had kids prior to the oopsie baby. Hey, it happens. I have a friend that has a teenage daughter and then an oopsie baby. It's like, you are a big dog, Luna. She is a big dog. And sometimes she's like, I've had enough. And they're like, oh, fuck this. And they run away. But she's like terrified of them. Like, they rule the roost. And I'm like, you need to man up, dog. Stop being such a wuss. Just such a little baby. She's crazy. She really is a big baby. She is the baby, but she is a big baby. All right. Let us get going with this. All right. I mean, I could could do that. I wonder how that would look. Well, there's only one way to find out. I'm going to put this silver right here. There's only one way to find out. Kiddos by 24 for me. I wouldn't change a thing. That's a great time to have a baby. Great time. And I can't discuss that here. I'm very sorry. This is an Avon stream where I'm selling Avon. Really, I am getting really over locals. So, locals people, you said this happens to Crowder a lot. My guess is they would really hammer down and they'd try to fix Crowder's stream. But I'm guessing this is happening to everybody. So I dual stream. And I'm streaming on Locals too. Locals takes far less percent. Please go lay down. Go lay down. Lay down. Don't just stand there looking in my face and then she starts crying because she wants her dad. Thank you. I can't help you right now. You're making me nuts every time he leaves. I've even asked her, like, does she make you insane? This is like a, what do you call it? A clingy ex. You are a stage 5 clinger. And you whine and moan just as much. Now, if she was pleasant, that's one thing. But she's so beside herself without her dad that she just, you know. And I don't want gross dog breath in my face with whining in my ear. I love you, Luna. I love you. I will pet you. I will spend time with you. But you need to give me some space. She's like this. Dad? That's all she's thinking. Dad? Do you know where he is? Can you bring me to Dad? I would like to see my dad. She doesn't care at all. Mom needs space? Who cares? Where's Dad? This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Hey, man, I don't need to have big watch streams. As long as you guys shop with me, buy some stocking stuffers for your families. For the Christmas. So, what is it? Thanksgiving is it 12 days? We're still on a diet. Still on a diet. Still on a diet. This is Ruby Broad, still alive. It gets hard, but I'll tell you this. If you stop eating things with tons of sugar in it, you don't think about it as much. Like the addiction wears off. So like last night I ate some pomegranate and some butternut squash, air fried with a little stevia and cinnamon plus seasoning, and that was that. It's like, okay, that's my snack. Sometimes I have an orange and a Dannon 80 calorie fruit yogurt. But once I crack the seal and I eat all that sugar, it's like the next morning I'm like, what's to eat? Can I have more to eat? Yeah, we use the Avon dog shampoo. It smells great. So when we take off the pillowcases of our dog's My Pillow dog beds, they're the best dog beds ever. I'm telling you, they're amazing. And they have these pillowcases on them. And we take them off. And we wash them, but only when we groom her and wash her up and say, guys, it's the Sirius. I just think of Sirius Black. That's why I call it Sirius. And it smells very good. And then they had a spray to spray the dog on. I'm very aware that we're out of a lot of products, and I apologize profusely. Hopefully one day they will resolve that. I had Endro. So my friend that had her hysterectomy had that. and the doctor kept her on birth control. Now, if you guys have that and get a hysterectomy, it will spread to your other organs. Birth control is bad for it. I think birth control is fucking terrible. I'm sorry. Synthetic hormones, get them out of your body. Here's an idea. Don't have sex with people that you don't like and wouldn't want to be the father of your children. Just throwing that out there. Oh, but I want to get off. Get a Hitachi magic wand, guys. Potential cancer and destroying your body? Hitachi magic wand. Trust me when I tell you there's not a single guy out there that if he wasn't good enough to marry that you're going to be like, oh, I'm so glad I had that penis. I'm so glad that I notched my belt with that asshole. You won't. You won't. Women, we need to stick up for each other. We need to tell each other the truth. There's not a single guy you're going to have sex with at 19 that you're not going to give a shit about at 30 that you're like, I'm so glad I got chlamydia from Johnny. He was so worth it. That penis, I mean, I still think about it. No. Stop lying to children. Oh, they're going to do it anyway. How about just tell them you're going to regret it for the rest of your life? All of my girlfriends, I've asked them, okay, do you regret? I regret everyone I was with before my husband. I could have went my whole life, not being married before, not believing bullshit from my first boyfriend that he was going to marry me. I really believed it. Spread them wide. I would have missed nothing that my faucet can't do. I'm sorry. I'm not like sitting here like, gee, that dick that I got in 2005, that was it. No, none. None of them were worth it. Not one. Oh, but we should just support our daughters having regrets and hating their life. Give them regrets for the rest of their life, just like bitter old mom. I want them to be bitter and hate their decisions and sit in the shower, bathing themselves, regretting everyone they ever let touch them. I'm a good mom. Look at me. I want her to feel dirty and disgusted. You're a terrible mother. Get her off birth control. You're ruining her uterus. She's probably never going to be able to have kids. She's probably going to need IVF, and then she's going to regret it for the rest of her life. And you know who she's going to blame? Mommy gave me birth control so I could be a whore. Oh, well, good job, Mom. Good job. Great. Whore it up. Live a life full of regret and feeling dirty and just wishing, hoping that someone older in your life would have fucking womaned up and told you you're going to regret this shit forever. How about that? How about that? I'm really grateful that the kids in my life and they're like girls, I'm like, there's not a single penis that you touch today that you're going to be overjoyed about in 15 years. Let's just say even 5. You are going to be like, why did I fucking touch that? That disgusting man did not deserve me, beneath me. Sorry. Teach your daughters to find someone worthy. How about that? No, I want my daughter to be a whore and get chlamydia, and every moment I want her to regret every dick because mommy loves her so much. I want to be her friend, not her mom. We're friends. Well, you know, enjoy that. Enjoy it. Enjoy that. And I've had this conversation with many friends, and they're like, Adri, what the fuck is going on with you? Because usually I'm like, I don't talk about sex. But I'm like, dude, I'm just doing a case study. And I've asked some of my most promiscuous friends, and they're like, there's not, like, any dicks that I had sex with that I don't regret today. They're like, maybe that, like, 6-year relationship, you know, that's different. But, because, like, I've never had a one-night stand, so I have to ask my friends, and they're like, there's not a single one. There was like, it was like being with Thor, the god of thunder. Nope. It's, oh, man. Totally not worth it. Really wish. Don't you wish the women who were older in your life would have told you, you will spend the rest of your life cringing, feeling disgusting, and regretting all of them. Even the ones you may have married. You need to be better at picking quality penis. And a quality penis is attached to a quality human being. So teaching everyone to whore around, like, look at all these women are doing viral videos of regretting their body counts. Like, they're all proud of it now. Give them 5 years. And they'll be like, oh. And studies show, Dr. Drew and I talked about this when I was on Loveline years ago. Studies have proven that the more promiscuous you are, the more partners you have, the less satisfied you will be in a monogamous relationship. You've tasted the fruits of how many trees? And you think that this one person's going to live up to the 35 wieners you've already had? No. You've tainted yourself. This gal's mom called my sister-in-law and told her, if you can't take care of your man, I know someone who can. What? Gross. Then let someone else take care of him because he ain't worth it. Take him. If a man can be taken from you, he ain't worth it. Sorry. Bye. Bye. See ya. Fuck off. Ask my husband. He didn't even know we were dating. 14 dates. So, I did not use this lighter gray. I used this darker gray on the inner corners. I used this silver in the middle, and now I'm going to darken it all up with this black. Ask my husband. He was like, you were such an ice queen. He's like, I just thought you wanted to, like, hang out. I'm like, you didn't know we were dating? And he's like, honestly, he's a good-looking guy. He's like, usually by, like, the second date, people want to kiss and shit. I'm like, no, dude, I want to get to know you. I'm not swapping bodily fluids with you. And I don't even know your quality. God knows where your mouth has been. Are you guys like, I can't wait to kiss a guy whose mouth has been on 35 vaginas pulsating with gonorrhea? How many pussies has your mouth been on? Has to be a big not me? I'm like, if that's Mr. Vagina Mouth, I don't want to kiss it. So we went on date after date after date. I got to know him more and more and more. I remember his sister being like, you know, Matthew's always been a relationship girl. I'm like, or guy. And I'm like, yeah? And she's like, yeah. Don't hurt my brother. And I'm like, oh, so we have a quality human being whose sibling realizes he's quality and realizes he's not a whore. So she wants to make sure I'm not a whore. I like that. I like it a lot. Yep. I'll never forget the day I wanted to go steady, right? I met his mom before we went steady. I was at Lexington Comic-Con, and I was like, oh, isn't your family there? I'd love to take your mom out to eat. I wanted to suss out the situation. Good Christian woman. I'm like, ooh, he loves his mom. Good Christian woman. The thrill of the chase, too. Oh, it was very thrilling. Very thrilling. I mean, I can't imagine if I had had sex with him on like date 3. There would have been no fun. No fun. The courtship, the holding my doors open, the adventures, the new restaurants. I'd say whining and dining, even though it was Diet Coke, but it was wonderful. And to me, that experience is so much better, especially as a woman, than going out and getting some strange wiener. Like, get away from me. Like, I needed to really trust this guy. You're going to see me naked? Are you going to kill me? How do you know? How do you know this guy isn't going to fucking kill you or something? You're bringing some guy home after 3 dates? You don't know him. You don't know him. That's not enough time. You get to know someone over time, and then they can't hide behind whatever facade they've put up to get in your pants. So we're spending all this time together, and he's only getting better. And then I'm getting confirmation from like friends and family members that he's a good guy and don't hurt him. Other bitches have hurt him, and I'm like, oh, it's way better than, oh yeah, you're just another girl. This is great. I first met Matthew on Twitch. I was playing Hearthstone. It was the 1-year anniversary of my grandmother's death. And he came in, and I was burping, and he thought it was funny, so he subbed. And I looked him up because I recognized his name. He was a huge streamer back then. He's like one of Twitch's OGs. Where is my eye drops that take the red out? I'd really like to find them because my eyes are just brilliant red. Anyway, totally out of character of me. We exchanged phone numbers because I'm really, like, not. I'm tight. Tight-lipped, tight-ship. Don't trust anybody, ever. But we exchanged numbers and then started our long courtship. And it was awesome. It truly was. And he was so good looking. I was always looking for a way out. I assumed wrongly that he would be a womanizing douchebag. I was like, you can't be that good looking and be a good person. I truly felt that way. Even though I had dated all the way up to that point of only dating guys I wasn't really initially attracted to because I had lied to myself and said, well, they won't cheat. They all cheated. They all cheated. Like that, no. So, I kept challenging him and seeing if he'd mess up, and thankfully, he never did. Not knowing what kind of facade, that's right, because they're always just trying to get in your pants. There's this one guy, he was a scientist, right? So I met him at a cancer fundraiser. And I thought, oh, hey, cancer fundraiser. This is probably a nice guy. Where the... I mean, the cats had to have taken my eye drops. They had to have. Because where are they? My eyes are so red, guys. And I'm so sorry. It is making me crazy. It's gone. I have eye drops, but they don't take the red out. You guys are going to have to just deal. Anyway, long story short, I meet this guy at a cancer fundraiser, which I thought, oh, hey, you know, you would think like a church, a fundraiser for cancer, like these are good places to meet a guy. So we go out on a few dates and no kiss, nothing. And the facade starts to drop. Right? Spend enough time with someone, you start to see through their bullshit. And he's like, I play with this band, and then we play, and he named this place that they played that I knew was just like Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Like, you might as well just be ripping your clothes off and being a whore. And I'm like, oh, that's what you're interested in, is it? Like, I'm trying to find a husband at this time. He's like going on, and then I just get this feeling that he thinks this is the date that we're going home with each other. I feel it. Now, he had picked me up for this date, so I feel uncomfortable because I'm not going home with this guy. It's not happening. So I go into the restroom, and this is at the end of the date, and I'm like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom. He's going to get his car through valet. And I didn't use Uber. I used Lyft. That's right. So I called a Lyft. And I go outside. And he's just starting to, like, go up to the guy to get his keys, to get his car to be pulled around. And my Lyft pulls up. I'm like, oh, I have to go meet a friend for this. Thank you so much for dinner. And his face, the mask had slipped. He couldn't even keep his shit together. He was just like, I ain't getting pussy. And I'm like, never gonna get it, 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 never gonna get it. Whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, goodbye. Like, win that car. And then I ghosted him. I was like, oh, hell no. These are all Avon brushes. Most of them you can't get anymore. I've been accumulating them for years. But it felt really amazing to know what I wanted in a man, to date long enough, no kissing, nothing, right? We did like a cheek kiss because he tried to kiss me on my lips, but you know me, I'm like, I don't know where your mouth has been. So that was awesome. And then I had a girlfriend, and I love her, but she's like, you know, Blanche from the Golden Girls, and she's like, I can't believe what a prude you are. I'm like, I wouldn't have felt good about it. I don't go home, 1, with guys I don't know. 2, guys I'm not in love with. That for me, I had to be in love with you to have sex with you. Matthew and I had to be in love with him for weeks as we dated and were steady, not seeing anyone else, with an exclusive relationship and still not having sex. We'd make out really hard, and we weren't even like going up shirts or anything. And then right when I thought it would be inappropriate, I'm like, look, I have to go. Or I'd be like, you should go. Right? And he was so respectful. And there was maybe the last like 2 times he had that face. He's like, so what? Going steady makeout relationship? Is that? I clean my brushes with Dawn dish soap. With any dish soap, really. As long as it cuts grease, you're fine. But yeah, it was fun. And he courted me hard. And I got to see my husband's true face over time. And he's a good guy. And he put up with a lot of shit. So that's why that the night that it finally did happen, where I knew I was in love with him and I knew he loved me too, because he tried to say it, then he didn't know. So then he curved off. But I knew he was about to say it. I knew he was about to say, I love you. And I was like, remember, was it not Liar, Liar? Bruce Almighty, where he's God and he just throws his arms back and his clothes rip off his body. I was like, okay, now we're there. So we never went to like second base, third base. We never played that game. It was kiss outside of clothes until. And then when we hit that moment where I knew it was good, I'm like, all bets are off the table. We ain't playing this game no more. And I mean, the build up to that point, it like the walls were shaking with anticipation concept. Anyway, we were there. It was so good. Teach your daughters that. Teach your daughters to be with a guy who values them so much that they'll put up with months of just kissing and spending all their free time with you and whining and dining you and still not fucking straying and being with other women, not being a dick or pressuring you in any way, and patiently awaiting for them to fucking be ready. How about teach them that? I just put her on birth control and I say, well, you know, don't do it too much in the butthole. You might damage it. Like terrible, terrible parenting. Sorry. Someone needs to tell you. Someone needs to tell you. Oh, I met his mother. So I knew what I was getting. I met his mother before we had never had sex. Nope. We were in an exclusive relationship. We had never had sex. And we went out, and his mom was like, this is weird, but I've never had, because I was like, the way into knowing who this man is will be through the mother, who he adores. So I must meet her, and I'm in town. So I'll take her out, and I'll wine and dine her, and she's lovely and wonderful. But I got to hear about him growing up, and, you know, what kind of man he was, and what kind of woman she was, and I'm like, I was not looking for a fuck, guys. I was looking for a husband. I got a lot of shit from dudes. A lot of shit. Like, oh, what, we're gonna date for this long and no pussy? And it's like, so you just want to fuck, but I want to get married. I want a husband. I don't want to just fuck. that's not what I want. I want to fuck my husband. Know what I mean? Age spot above my eyebrow and freckle on my nose. What's good to blur them? You can get the banishing cream from Avon, and anything with alpha hydroxy in it, our dual elixir, or our retexturizing peel pads. And over time, it shall treat it. But I have no regrets with my husband. And our courtship was so sweet and so awesome. And if I had ever had a daughter, I would have told her about her courtship. I would have told her about how her father respected me and didn't pressure me and wasn't like, so when am I going to get that? You know what I mean? None of it. Even though a couple times I could see in that face, he was just like, I don't even want to make out with you anymore. This is rough. He still did it. Bring my husband on camera. He doesn't do camera. He's done. Deleted all his social media. He's streaming right now on Twitch, but without a camera because he's done. I'm lucky to get 3 photos of him a year. He gets so frustrated at his mother. She comes out and she tries to take secret photos. And I'm like, you're going to get yourself in so much trouble. You have to respect it. Like, if someone doesn't want to be in a photo, you got to respect it. Yeah, gotta. Like, because it's violating. You know what I mean? It's violating. You can't just take photos. So she got in big trouble the last time because she takes really shitty, awful photos of him, like, because he doesn't know. And then she puts it on this digital photo display in her house, and she is probably the biggest social butterfly Kentucky's ever seen. So everyone comes to her house and then looks at god-awful, shitty photos that my husband did not want of him being displayed at the biggest socialite in all of Kentucky's house. And he's just like, Mom, like the last time I was like, oh, because she was trying to sneak all these pictures, and he just goes, and just total no emotion, Mom. You're starting to really piss me off. And, like, you could tell she was like, oh. Like, she had overstepped a boundary that she probably hadn't done since he was a teenager. It's just like, please stop. Please. And I get her thing, like, it's my son and blah, blah, blah. But his thing is, like, can't you just have memories with me without, like, you know, having to hold your phone the whole time and take secret pictures? And that's something I've learned a lot with him, is being in the moment and not having to photograph evidence, everything. There's a, normal sex is forgettable. Great sex you remember forever. That's right. That's right. Shay, again, thank you for the stars. And Catherine Ann and Lisa Kohlberg Ventrella, thank you. I mean, my eyes get redder and redder. But I don't know, man. Guys that want that easy slut. So there's this one guy. I'm not going to name him. He's a pretty big actor. And if I even say his first name, my guess is a couple of people in here would guess. So he started trying to court me. And I was immediately like, uh-oh, an actor. You know what I mean? All my girlfriends were like, oh my God, he's a dream. Oh my God. We never went on one date. And I'll tell you why. He asked for my number and stuff, and with trepidation, I gave it to him. This is right before Matt and I started dating. Trepidation. And he starts hitting me up at what I deemed inappropriate hours. It's past 8 o'clock. Inappropriate. Because I know what you want past 8 o'clock, and it's not happening. Oh, hey, me and all the people from set and this huge show I'm on, you know, that's not what he said, but that's what he was doing. We're all at this bar. So they had dinner together, right? They had dinner, but he wants me to come at the ass end where he's already got a buzz and meet up with him. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm in for the night. And this guy was like pursuing, but it was clear what he wanted. No. So every time I saw him out, like he became obsessed with me because it was like, you're shelved, buddy. Like 3 strikes and you're out. Strike 1 was come out to the bar with people from set, blah, blah, blah. We've already eaten and drank. Then there was another time he called my phone at 1 a.m. and I just shut off the ringer. I was like, 1 a.m? That's strike 2, buddy. I don't care how drunk you are. No, thank you. And then the 3rd strike was we were at an event and he spent all day being a gentleman and all this shit. I'm like, that mask is going to slip. It's going to slip. And he came up to me and I was dressed well, very accentuating. And what he said to me was inappropriate. I mean, just saying you have nice boobs would have probably been less inappropriate. So I was like, no thanks. And then all my girlfriends, if I was you, I would have laid waste to Hollywood. I'm like, you would have had sex with a bunch of guys that were subpar. You would have, let's say you brought home Brad Pitt. You would have discovered he has a small wee-wee, and you would have been disappointed. Every guy that you're looking at, just because they're on TV and you have sparkles in your eyes, you would bring home and be disappointed. I already knew what disappointing people these people already were, right? So I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm not starstruck. I'm just not. I think Roseanne Barr was the biggest starstruck that I had ever felt. And this is before Sarah Gilbert, betrayed her and everything. This was 2005. I could talk to Sarah Gilbert all day. I was like, oh, hey, and we became friends and she was always nice to me. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff she goes with today, but full disclosure, she's always been nice to me. So I'm not going to slam her for what she did to someone else. That is not my thing, right? But I had no problem talking to her. I wasn't starstruck. And then Roseanne walked in the room and I was like, and I just left. I was like, I can't do this. I love her so much. I just love her so much. And everyone's like, go on her podcast. I'm like, no, I have no desire to do that. I don't want to go on people's podcasts. I don't want to up my star. I don't want to do any of that. I like listening to her podcast, but I'm not going to go on it. I'm not going to ask to be on it. I'm good. I have fulfilled that part of my life of seeking validation and being on people's stuff. I went on Tim Pool a couple times just because it tickled me, because I watch all the time. And the stupid internet relationship me and the crew have. So I was like, what's up? Went on twice, and you can ask them all. The last time I went on, Ian's like, dude, come out more. I'm like, you're never going to see me again. And he looked at me. I'm like, it's not an insult. I don't like to travel, and I don't really seek doing these things. But it's been wonderful. I was like, bye, everyone. I don't really leave my house anymore. I've done all that. So okay. Here's an example. I love Nerdrotic. I think he's great. If you guys don't watch Gary, you should. He does Friday Night Tights. It's very entertaining. I love all his stuff, slamming nerddom. Love it for Slash microfiber mascara. And just so you guys know, this is Vixen on my eyes. It looks great. Anyway, I love Gary. I love him. Love. He's probably one of my favorite nerdy content creators there is. And I love Chris Gore, too. We're friends. I think Chris Gore is a solid dude. He is great. I love Film Threat and everything he does. But I have no desire to, do this stuff. So they're invites always open for Friday Night Tights. And I'm like, please don't get upset with me. But I probably won't take it. And it's not you. It's me. You know what I mean? It's me. It's not you. It's me. I don't feel that anymore. Like, if I went on there, I wouldn't even speak. I'm not going to, like, compete for airtime with, like, 8 people at the same time. And I'm not slamming anyone there, but that part of me, like, oh, I got a zinger. Oh, I'm really going to have something to say now. Like, I would just be silent the whole time because it's just not in me to compete for the airtime anymore. Does that make sense? My link should always be pinned, but if you don't find it, in the About Me section of my Facebook page is my link tree. And my link tree will take you everywhere you want to be. So I told, like, X-Ray Girl, I'm like, thank you so much. I think it is just the sweetest thing that you guys would ever even consider having me on. And I love to watch, but I'm a weirdo now. And I just, you know, like, what is the end game of me trying to put my face out there again? Like, I am happy. I'm content. You guys are watching me. I sell you things that I like. You guys support me in my store. Like, I am, simplicity is gay. To love and to live, we shan't be ashamed. Sorry. But that's, like, where I mentally am now. I hope that makes sense. Roseanne was my shero. Here's what makes me nuts. All these women, I feel seen now. There was never a woman that represented me and my body type. I'm like, eat shit. Roseanne's been at it for a long time. Big girls. And not only was she at it, she was the fucking queen of TV. Have a seat. You're lying. You are lying. Roseanne was a strong, an amazing woman figurehead that was dominant and independent, but still loved her husband and her family, and she was not skinny. Sit down. Like, what the fuck? Like, people just lie. My views are not that important to share. I share them here, where I'm happy and comfortable. Why would I make myself unhappy and uncomfortable? I don't want to do that anymore. I hate it when hairs get my cleavage. I don't want to do it anymore. It makes me unhappy. You know what I mean? Like, imagine something made you unhappy. And that's not my job. Entertainment's not my job. Putting on some makeup, cooking, that's now considered my job. Just having my little niche of, like, you know, people that dig my stuff. I don't need thousands of viewers. I don't need to appeal to all these people. Like, I am content in my life for the first time ever. This is where I'm happy, right? That and pursuing all that shit makes me unhappy. The thought of it flips. And Roseanne Barr was queen of TV for like a decade. Highest rated sitcom outside of Seinfeld. Roseanne was queen of the airwaves. There was no one that was even close to her, even though they tried. She was a fucking powerhouse. She was on the cover of every magazine. Everyone watched everything she ever did. Queen of everything. So when Big Girl's like, I never had anyone that represented me. There was never a fat person on TV. I'm like, dude, it wasn't fucking Cindy Crawford that was queen of TV, you stupid assholes. I'm so tired of your fake victim shit. It was Roseanne Barr at the fattest she had ever been. And she'll tell you, I was the fattest I ever was. And she was the biggest fucking star on earth. Eat shit. I'm just tired of lies. No, I never met Suzanne Summers. I'm just tired of lies. And I'm like, that's who I looked up to the most growing up. That's why I was so starstruck when I saw her. Her character was everything I ever wanted to be as a woman, right? Ever. I was like, oh my God, the Connor family. Like, that is my family. I identify with this fucking loudmouth, brash woman that doesn't take shit and can bust balls with the best of them. I'm like, she was my role model growing up. That's why when heavy women are like, we never had anything, I'm like, dude, Skinny green bean pole over here worshipped Roseanne. Where the fuck were you? What were you watching? Oh, I was watching House of Style on MTV. That's your own fucking fault. It was a shitty show to begin with. Cindy Crawford, though beautiful, she can't act and she can't host. Sorry. Not much personality there. That's on you, dumbass. You should have been watching Roseanne. Should have been watching Roseanne. Yep. And then, you know, I would say my second favorite show, don't make fun of me, was Family Matters. Third was probably Fresh Prince. I loved Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I used to listen to all Will Smith's rap, like Nightmare on My Street. Do you guys remember that fucking song, Nightmare on My Street? I listened to it all the time. And I liked his rap because it wasn't dirty. It wasn't like, women be bitches and stupid hoes. They're worth nothing. Women are worth nothing. I sell drugs. I'm a gangbanging piece of shit. I am what Black America looks up to. Worthless, worthless, worthless. It's like, what the fuck? Like, rap and hip-hop didn't used to always be that. And Will Smith was, like, clean. It was kid-friendly, dude. Yep, Nightmare on My Street. It was like, I don't know, I loved it. I don't like rap because I don't like to hear about how worthless women are, personally. Like, the whole song is just disgusting. It disgusts me, personally. I just don't want to hear about twats. And we were watching Beavis and Butthead, and there was a gay rapper. I don't remember his name. And it was a music video they were watching. And it was so disgusting. Even if a woman did this, like, I don't watch Cardi B anything because she disgusts me. Like, I don't need to see, like, look at me rub my pussy on this guy's crotch like I'm fucking him. Look at my pussy. Like, it's disgusting. That's vile. Get out of here. I don't want to see it. Well, it was this gay dude, like, rubbing all over Satan's dick. It was so... And I looked at my husband and I'm like, it's not because it's gay. It's because it's so vile and pornographic that I could have went my whole life not seeing this. And what sucks is the video clearly had good production and everything else, right? And I'm sure the song was okay, but the visuals were so disgusting. I was just like, dude, I don't need this in my life. Like, this is nasty. It looks like a porno, only they have clothes on. And I'm good. And as I said, he could have had a great song. It had nothing to do with him being gay. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, gay people over there being gay. Like, I don't give a shit. But he was like rubbing his butthole like up and down like he was banging Satan. It was so inappropriate. I was so disgusted. And I told my husband, I was like, this is why I don't like rap. And he's like, this is a really famous gay rapper. I'm like, no, it's not about gay. It's that, like, it's so explicit that I feel like I just, you know, watch Brazzers. Go to YouPorn, you know. Go to YouPorn. All I want to do is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. Just shake your rump. That doesn't sound as nasty. And their videos weren't as nasty as this. It's like singers today are trying to one-up Madonna and all the nasty nasties of the 90s. So they're just basically almost having sex at this point to try to get there, right? But yeah, I don't like rap, not because of the sound. I don't like rap because the lyrics, most of the time, are disgusting. And I don't like it. I wouldn't like rock and roll if the lyrics were all disgusting. Like, I'm okay. I don't need to hear about your sex life or what you do with someone's wee-wee. Like, we're good. So this is the highbrow eyebrow gel. I just put it in to kind of comb them down, have them live their best life. Let's see. Do I want to put any of this? I mean, my eyes are so red. I'm so sorry, guys. Usually I just pop a little bit of that Lumify in, and then my eyes wouldn't look like a Christmas tree. But I don't know where it is. I'm positive the cat batted it into the next century somewhere. I'm sure. One day, I'll be sitting here and I'll be like, oh, there it is. Baby, it's cold outside scares you? It's totally fine. There's nothing inappropriate about that song. Women pretending that we don't play cat and mouse with men is a problem. Baby, it's cold outside was, you know, my husband and I's dynamic near the end of him not getting any with me. And it wasn't inappropriate. Sorry. It just wasn't. That's a cute song. Yeah, it's cute. So, let me see. I would like to put on a little makeup on my face. So, I'm just dropping everything. Have you guys heard it? It's just one thing after another. Dropping it all on the floor. All right, let's put this here. That. Ooh. No. Here it is. Is this my new match filter? I bought a new one. I'm pretty sure this is new. Yes, it is. Why can't I? Oh, there we go. All right, match filter. Gelato, glow color. All right, we got everything we need for my face. You know what I mean? Cold sour cream. Pretty good. Little girl's in the backseat of the driver wants them to come up front with him. So, I'm not offended by that. That's not as like, slide your dick in my butt, back and forth right in my butt, slam the dick up in my butt. Like, you're comparing that to like rap lyrics today. Have a seat on that one. Like, sorry. I could listen to inappropriate songs from the 50s all day. Our songs today are literally porn, and it grosses me out. And I just turn it. I'm like, I can't. I don't care if there's a good beat. It's disgusting. Like, dude. All right. Glow color. Little magical primer for my face. Let's do this. Oh, Madonna's Like a Virgin performance. My grandma once found a Madonna CD in my house. Or was it a tape? And she got rid of it. And she said she was a harlot. And then I shouldn't listen to her. And looking back, I'm like, Grandma wasn't wrong. Madonna's like, fuck Christians. Every moment I make fun of them. Blasphemy. Fuck Christianity. I'm fucking in the church. It's my vagina. And every moment I smear it on the holy cross. And I mean, when I look at it now, I'm like, dude, that's just mean. Like, you've really gone out of your way. Go do it to Islam and Muslims and Mohammed. And, like, she would never do that. They only do it to Christians because Christians won't push back outside of going gross. But I understand now why my grandma was like, get this fucking whore out of this house. It is disgusting. Like, in retrospect, I'm like, dude, you can't do that to someone's religion. You cannot believe in it all day, but when you go out of your way to fucking be that disgusting, like, you're an asshole. Madonna's an asshole. Sorry. She knew she was appealing to kids. She shed all over Christianity in the most horror-like way. But I was a kid, so I was like, but everyone says she's cool. My grandma was like, harlot. Smashed all the shit. I wasn't allowed to listen to it. And, like, I look at the video now, and I'm like, now do Islam, bitch. You die. That's why you don't. You only pick on people who won't fucking hit back. That's it. That's all. But it was really gross in retrospect. Like, you could have done a music video of you being a whore without whoring around the church. You could have did it. But you didn't. Let me see. My boyfriend is black, listens to rap. And I'm like, dude. Shut this shit off. You're 42. Act like it. And then I'll flip on Pearl Jam. Look, there is a lot of great rap. I would be lying to you if I told you that sometimes when, like, old school Ice Cube and shit comes on, I'm not like, But can't you put on ring ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong? I mean, I'm sorry. That just doesn't sound as bad as some of the shit that is playing today. Even though some of it's bad, but it's really good. What music do I like now most? If I had to be stuck on an island for the rest of my life and could only listen to one person, I would either pick between Hans Zimmer or Pink Floyd. I like things that relax me, that are deep and beautiful. I do. Yes, Steven Tyler raped a 14-year-old, and her parents were like, oh my God, he's a famous celebrity. Oh my God, you could totally have sex with him. We're good parents. Here's some birth control. Mommy's your friend. That's what they did. And then they let their daughter go on tour with Steven Tyler. It's disgusting. All right, gelato. Match corrector. It's super gross. Super gross. I was a huge Aerosmith fan, and I've never been able to look at them the same. And he forced her to have an abortion when she was like 8 months pregnant. And he confirmed that he did. So she's a huge anti-abortion advocate today because it fucked her up so bad that she had to kill her baby, that she like speaks out against it everywhere. And she wrote this book about how like he let her go along, which they just voted in Ohio. They're like, kill your baby at 8 months, murder babies. Like, I'm sorry. You're never going to get rid of an abortion, but I am like making sure it doesn't go past 6 weeks. With all the technology we have today, there's no reason why. I just wanted to make sure I grew the baby enough so that I could torture it real good. How about that? Make sure that the baby grows enough that it really hurts it. Bitch, you had sex. Okay? You know when you're pregnant. You know. Get rid of it if that's what you want to do. You're the one that has to live with it. But I am not for any abortion past 6 weeks. To me, it just gets sadistic. Prior to that, you want to say, oh, it's just this. It's like, dude, you get to live with whatever sin you do. That's not me, right? But drawing a hard line in the sand and saying, I mean, guys, come on. Past a certain point where the things could crawl on the fucking floor. If you brought it out, like, what? Can you please lay down? Hi. Can you please lay down right here? Hi, friend. Good friend. Good friend. Needy friend. Neediest friend. Sorry, it's my dog. She's very needy. Oh. My husband's always like, I'm not Christian. I don't have to turn the other cheek. He's funny. So let's say someone does something really awful to me and we find out. Even my worst enemies, even someone trying to make me lose my house, my home, like you name it. And I'll be like, I don't want to do anything vengeful. Like, everyone gets theirs in the end. I don't want to do that. My husband will look me dead in the eye and he's like, I'm Old Testament. Me. Eye for an eye, bitch. He's like, yeah, you know, you can Christian all day over there. I don't have to. And he makes me laugh. But I'm like, come on, babe. He's like, I don't believe in your shit. I'm like, and I'm not trying to force you to. But if this has to do with me, he's like, I'm married to you. Half of you is me. So they fucked with half of me. Oh, my husband. So this is the Match filter. It just kind of adds a little bit of coverage and blurs a little bit of lines. Look at all the peeling on my skin. Oopsies. Whoopsie daisies. Your girl using too much retinol. Whoops. I really do love this glow color primer though. I am a big fan. Hi, little kitten. I love these kittens. I love my kittens. They're so cute. They're both right here by my desk. Like, we are here to be so cute that it's hard for you to pay attention. I just put a little more moisturizer on that part. So disappointed in Ohio. Dude, you Ohioans, you're like, kill babies at 9 months, murder babies. Everyone in Ohio worships murdering babies. In Ohio, we sacrifice them to the Dark Lord. In Ohio, we murder 9-month babies. Like, y'all are fucked up. I immediately was like, dude, Ohio is like Satan's fucking taint. Something's wrong with you people. Holy shit. Oh my God. Abortion's one thing, but like all the way up until birth, y'all are fucking demonic in Ohio. Something's deeply wrong with you. That baby's like crawling away on the floor. You're like, hurry up and catch it. We can still kill it. In Ohio. Y'all are fucked up. All right. So we got a little foundation on. I put a little True Lash on my lower lashes. I really wish. I mean, look how red my eyes are now. It makes them look real green though, right? See, like, I'm not for abortion, but I'm not standing outside of a clinic to pester you. Because your life choices are yours. And if you want to terminate your own unborn child, fine. All I ask is that you at least do it in the name of the Dark Lord. You never know if you can earn his favor. Might as well try. Might as well try. Right? You know, I'm already doing this. Who's to say I can't get some rich or wealth or something out of it? I mean, if I were you, just try. Just try. So, Avon Cream Blush. And Warm Flush. Little Warm Flush. But yeah, abortion's not for me, but like, I don't have the time in my life to hunt you down with your life decisions. Like, you live with that. I don't care. Seriously. I don't care. But it ain't for me. I know plenty of people who got it. I have an older friend that, you know, she's like 50, 52. And her doctor was like, this is going to kill you and it. And she's like, okay. And that's why I'm like, I'm not saying there's not some reasoning. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's certain Christians who are like, even if the doctor says you'll die and the baby will die, do it anyway. It's God's will for you to die. I'm like, I probably wouldn't make that decision, even though I'm not pro-abortion. If they're like, that baby's going to die and so are you, I'd be like, what the fuck is the point of this? I'm not going to do that. But whatever. You make your own decisions in your own life. How about that? I do like this little blush. Ooh, I got better seal it in. Hi, can you lay down instead of the incessant pacing back and forth and crying? Thank you. All right, let's seal it in. I really, really, really wish. I do like these cream blushes. They're very light. Very light indeed. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm going to pick you up. Oh, everyone needs to see you because you're so stinking cute. You're so stinking cute. You're my little baby that I love so much. Say I get everything I want and I'm so spoiled. Oh, she's a baby. Are you the baby? Are you the little newt? Kitty, kitty, kitty. Hi, baby. Oh. Oh, little paws. She's just going to be a tiny little worm of a thing. A little baby. Look at her. Look at the baby. Do you want to be in my lap where you can be the littlest baby there ever was? Might be a nice place. Oh, yeah, it's mommy's lap. It's a nice place to be a baby. She's so cute. Are you going to purtle? Please lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. You're making me nuts. I love you. You are so cute. Cutest dog. But when your dad goes in that sound booth, you are the neediest, most annoying creature on earth. You need to learn that separation is an illusion. Your dad still loves you. Just because he's in a different room, the world has not ended. You will fucking survive this. This is 8 years of the same shit. You need to understand. Here's a kitten. You will get through. She's making me fucking insane. Dad died. Do you know where Dad is? Dad, is he dead? I'm like, dude. And I tell him, I'm like, your incessant need, because when we rescued her, he tethered her to him to try to get her to, I'm like, you are going to break her mind, because this is a smart breed. And she is going to believe that anytime you're not there, that the world has ended. And I was right. The world is over. She's very cute. No, she's making me nuts. She stops pacing the second he's there. And then when she's there, this is what she does. I'm not even kidding. This is what Luna does when Matt's there. Lay down. Good girl. Lay down. Do you know when Dad's coming? Do you think you could take me to see Dad? She thinks I'll walk over and crack open the door. So she'll be like, oh, it's Dad, oh, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. It's my dad. Every second I will look at my dad. He's my dad. It's Daddy, it's Daddy. That's what she does. And then if he's sitting there, she's just like that. And I look at him, I'm like, does that not fucking annoy you? Like, she creeps me out. I'm like, I can't even watch this movie. Because this dog is creeping me out. Because she's just... Get the fuck out. And then, you know, when it's happy fun time, I'm like, get this fucking dog out of here. She's going outside. I don't need that while we're, like, doing it. Get out. No, she's not permitted in that sound booth. I'm sorry. We did not plunk the money we plunked down it for it to be a trashed animal house. I am firm on this. He has 2 desks. This entire office, I'm crammed into a corner, a tiny corner, and the rest of it, all the space is all my husband's. And I tell him, you have this other desk, you never sit on it, get rid of it. I would like to be over there. I would like to not be in the corner. So if you want animals hanging out with you, get the fuck out of your booth. That costs way too much money for animals to be in, and sit at your normal desk in the huge room that you have occupied while I'm crammed in a corner. How about that? All right. Little birthday balm on my lips. Never hurt nobody. Sorry for the red eyes, guys. I do love this dog, though. Oh, yeah. She has separation anxiety. So bad. My husband has to go snowshoe expedition for 2 weeks soon. And then he has to leave for a month to get his last certification. My life is going to be a fucking nightmare with this dog. Because she thinks he's hiding in the house. So for 2 weeks, it will be checking behind every curtain, every noise that's outside will be like, Dad is here. She's nuts. Nuts. No, it's so funny because my husband's like, this wasn't my intent. I'm like, we both work from home. I'm no, like, I don't make just $5. Like, I do pretty well for myself. Why do I have a corner? He's like, this was never my intent. I'm like, intent or not, you have taken up the entire office, and I am crammed against a closet with a sheet over it. And I'm not happy. It's because the sound booth weighs so much that the structural engineer was like, you can only put it here. So he puts it there, and I'm like trapped behind this huge box. I feel claustrophobic. And then this huge, amazing room is all for you, and you have a second desk. You take up all the room, all of it, for you. That must be nice to be you. It's not nice to be me. I can run 2 businesses and baby's shoved in the corner. Aw, thanks. Yeah, my hair is naturally curly. If I just let it dry, or is this considered wavy? It used to be like curly when I was born. It's funny because see the gray? The gray sucks the life force out of your hair and it doesn't curl anymore. So all my hair that is not gray is still curly Q. And the gray has destroyed everything. Age destroys you. You'll be destroyed. That's how men are, dude. Every time a new purchase happens, it's always for him. And like, I don't have Coach purses. I don't have designer duds. I don't have any of that. But I'm like, you have an ATV, a tractor, a new truck, your old truck you need. There's all these things you need. And then I say I would like a shed, which is a fraction of the price of everything you bought, but we don't have money for a shed. But we have money for your truck and your tractor and the RV or ATV, sorry. Definite money for that. But a shed, so it doesn't look like a Kentucky white trash porch outside, that's too much money. Now, in his defense, our shed did just get spent on our well pump. I don't want a she shed. The shed would be filled with his stuff. He's a hoarder. This whole house is his stuff. And then when he tries to say, you have stuff too, he points to holiday decorations and that's it. For 7 months out of the year, they're not here. And that's the only thing he can hang over my head is I have a Christmas tree. I'm like, you have lost your fucking mind. A hoarder of electronics, of gaming systems, of junk and shit. And then if I touch it to throw it, oh my God, I might need that in 75 years. I'm like, dude. So you donate things when they're not looking, but only the things you know they won't care about. He has an Oculus. Is that what that is? He's never used it. It's in the packaging. It was brand new in 2017. Why do we have that? Why? We have a motorcycle that he hasn't ridden since 2016? Since 2016. It just sits there. Taking up room. Oh, we have his old sound booth. It's garbage. He promised that when we got the new sound booth, that the old sound booth would be thrown out and not be in our lives. But it takes up most of our storage space. He can't ride a motorcycle anymore because of his spine surgery, but I guess we just need to have it. He's a hoarder. He's a hoarder. And on that note, look at all your stuff, your Christmas tree and your holiday pumpkins, just always taking up the house in October, November, and December. Okay, from January until September, is my stuff anywhere? Well, every October. I'm like, dude, fuck off. You're a hoarder. He's a hoarder. Just drowning in his things. And here's my favorite thing. He'll go to storage and he starts looking around. I'm like, no, we're leaving. You're not bringing all this shit to our house to just lay around. It is almost brand spanking new Triumph Scrambler that he did all these upgrades to. I think it has like 700 miles on it. He has a picture of Daniel Craig looking at it, at his Triumph. It even says M Road on the Triumph because he already bought it. And Daniel Craig's like, oh, that's a nice ass bike. But then my husband's spine went out and then he needed spine surgery. And what is a motorcycle all about? Balance. Then we move out here. What do you want to hit? A moose? An elk? I mean, guys are dying right here, right down the street. Died hitting the animal life here in Montana. I'm like, Triumph Scrambler? That is not a Montanan thing. So, that's got to go. That's got to go. It's all got to go. Everything's got to go. Do you guys need some stuff? I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it, guys. So, if you would like some of our holiday, you know me, I'm always childlike empressing everything. I should do that for Christmas. I should wear my long, cool necklace. I'm like, oh, I wonder if this one would work. I feel like the choker would actually work better for that. Oh my God. Are we for real? Okay. Are we for real? Will it fit? I will be, just short. Just short, and I have a little bean head. That's what my husband says. That would have been amazing. I could pin it in. I love Christmas. I love it. Guys, if you spend $80 or more in my stores, I will send you a Christmas card. My hand already hurts because I like to write things on it. I don't just sign it. My husband is not signing it, and when his signature, you can't even tell what it says anyway. I'm like, dude. So, Drax and Newt aren't in it. It features my sweet Lou. Look at how mad she is. That's my favorite. Look how mad my cat is right there. She's so pissed. Because I have this little, like, holiday cat collar around her. I put it on her, and she went... It's like, we gotta take this picture quickly. Because I think she's gonna kill me. But I thought about printing out pictures of Drax and Newt, but they're going to be in this year's holiday picture, which will go out next year. And she did just die, and I just feel like nothing needs to be taken from the Mew. She's my sweet Mew, and I love her so much. I mean, Luna, she's so cute with her high five, with all the Christmas stuff there. Michael made this for me. Michael Branca's Creative Juice. Guys, my husband is streaming on Twitch right now. If you would like to join me, it is twitch.tv/ducksauce. I will be in his chat. I am a moderator, so I'm very special. My name in there is Mrs. Ducksauce. In case you were wondering, if you're like, what is that? That's what's going to happen when I clean mine out. Guys, I am ready to get his stuff. And I tell him, I'm like, when you haven't touched your stuff in 5 years, you don't need it. You don't fucking need it. I can't really play WoW until the holiday season is over. I downloaded it. I got the new expansion. You name it. I got it. But Black Friday's coming. This is my busiest time of year. This is where I have to hustle so hard because December, January, and February, I make no money, guys. None. Not a fucking penny. I need you to know this in sales. Everyone does the big shopping, and then everyone fucks off. And then if you don't do well in this holiday season, then you're really, really screwed. So, guys, I would love if you would shop with me. It would be amazing. It would be wonderful. Come check out my husband's stream with me. I'll meet you guys over there. It was so fun. And remember, on my eyes, I am wearing Vixen because I am one. I am a vixen. Look at me.